To be the American dream was to what? Own a home, have a job, raise your family. It seems as if now the American dream has turned into liberty. And what does that mean? You know, we're kind of losing our liberties. I was raised in Winston-Salem in a duplex on Seneca Street near Baptist Hospital. Both my parents worked. My dad started out as a janitor for Western Electric. My mom started out working in the textile mill at Duplan Corporation. Of course, Duplan closed down, and she had to re-educate herself. She became a nurse. Dad, fortunately, rose from his janitorial job to a troubleshooter for the electronic boards for Western Electric. He wasn't an engineer, so what he had to do, he actually had to memorize the 3,000 colors of the wires that were on the boards. As we grew up, I had 5 other brothers and sisters, and we were always kind of taught, kind of an underlying theme was that, hey, this is your country, you owe it. So the boys, as we grew older, the girls being a little different, it was a different generation. The girls are a little more fragile. But the boys were expected to join the military, which we did. It gave us a lot of opportunity. It helped further our education. We gave back to our country, and we did our duty, and we did what we were supposed to do as young men. After I got out of the military, I got to thinking, well, what am I going to do now? I didn't have a whole lot of education. I started some part-time classes at Texas Christian in Fort Worth. I was stationed at Carswell Air Force Base. So I got back, and as most young men at 22 years old, you know, I thought, well, it'd be nice to have a motorcycle and, you know, kind of get crazy, which, you know, you all do when you're younger. Did that for a while, and I saved some money and thought, hey, maybe I should try college again. So I went to UNCG Greensboro. Went there for a semester or two, and I thought, well, I better get back to work, saving some money. So after about another 9 months, saved up enough money, and then I got accepted at Guilford College, went there for a bit. Then I went on the road to Kansas City, did some work for a construction firm. Then came back to Winston-Salem and thought, man, you know, I need to get serious. So I applied to High Point College. And I finally finished at High Point College. It took me 13 years, but you know, it's worth doing. And you know, the key is to this, I wouldn't have dared ask my parents for $1, for a penny. I wouldn't have dared ask our government to support me in school. I didn't believe in affirmative action, even though I was poor. Maybe poor financially, but you know, I had a lot of good ideas. When I finished High Point College, guess what? I had no loans. I paid for it all myself. And you know, people, we can do that. There is nothing wrong with taking personal responsibility for your life. And you know, getting back to the idea of the American dream, you know, it used to be owning your home, but hell, I guess American dream belongs to anybody, whether you can afford it or not. And it's not right. I opened a company in 1991 for Psychological Company. My wife was 6 months pregnant. She said, well, Fred, what if it doesn't work? And I said, well, I guess I'll go to work for Food Line. But I figured, you know, I had my degree, I had several majors and a couple of minors because, you know, when you go to school that long, you learn something. So anyway, I thought, well, I thought I was pretty smart. I passed the electrical exam, got my license and whatnot, started in the business. It didn't occur to me that being 33, 34 years old, that a lot of these general contractors that I worked for didn't take me seriously because I was too young. And I thought, wait a minute, you know, give me a shot. So several jobs, several projects I did at cost. Just to break even, just to hire a few people. Started with one person. So that went on for a while. And then in about 1995 to 1996, I was able to buy some inventories and hire the people I used to work for. And then at that same time, I got a visit by the local IBEW. This happened in '95, and I got sued by the NLRB, by the local IBEW. They sued me for discrimination. And I thought, discrimination? What did I discriminate on? They said that I wouldn't hire them. I had hired 7 of them. I knew they were union. No problem. They didn't want to work. I was told that if I would buy them a couple of trucks and pay some additional salaries to them, that the whole problem would go away. I said, no, it's not happening. I was taught when I was growing up, hey, if you believe in something, you work for something, you protect what you have, and your character has to be worth something. This book here I have in my hand, this is a book, this is the last brief that I got. It took 13 years. We first went to court in Winston, then we appealed to Georgia. Then from Georgia it went to Richmond, and then we were just getting ready to go to the Supreme Court. But they finally relented. I guess they figured out I was not going to be pushed around and be extorted. What's interesting, this book here was $80,000. That's what I had to pay my attorneys. Union does not have to pay for its attorneys. They have their attorneys furnished to them by the National Labor Relations Board, which comes from our taxes. In addition to this, we lost about, I'd say, $175,000 in opportunity, not being able to get some jobs, do some jobs, because of the constant battling back and forth through court systems. This type of garbage is what we're paying for through our taxes. Card check is coming up. What it means is that somebody can come into your business and talk to your employees and say, sign this card, become a member of the union. And if you don't, guess what happens? You're going to get visited. I'm sure as an employee, someone's going to visit your home and say, why didn't you sign that card? How would you like to vote for your next president with someone from Acorn coming to your house and saying, sign this card?
No what? No what?
It is no different. The point I'm getting at in all of this is a great country.
Yes, it is.
Staying here. You know, I often laugh with my wife and I say, daggum, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? Taxes on top of taxes on top of taxes. We may pay more income taxes. All of us do. And what do we get for it?
Grief.
Very little. We are supposed to have the security of our borders. Do we have it?
No!
Forced unionization. Is that necessary?
No.
Doesn't everybody deserve and have the right to have a job and work?
Yes.
Well, why is it that 13 or 17 other states in the United States, you cannot work unless you are a card-carrying union member? It's absolutely wrong. How about your gun rights? Shotguns. Did you know that Eric Holder wants to reclassify your shotgun as an assault weapon? Because it can actually shoot more than one bullet at a time? Is he going to classify BB guns and paintball guns as assault weapons? There has been some conversation about them getting rid of paintball guns.